Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a very fun and colorful tutorial. I really got inspired by a picture I saw on Instagram. I will have her Insta down in the description box so you can go check it out, but it was a Lisa Frank inspired eye and I was like, dang, that's cute. So we are going to be doing that today, and I even have my little cat ear headbands on today. And I'm going to start off with a little bit of skincare. I have not been treating my skin very well lately. I just had a lot going on. So I am going to start by using these pads from Dr. Dennis Gross. They help exfoliate and smooth the skin, and they're just really amazing on those days where you don't feel like doing all your skincare, but you want your skin to look really, really nice. You just do the first pad and rub it all over your whole face. You wait about 2 good minutes, and then you take the second pad and you rub it all over as well. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use my C.E.O. Sunday Riley serum. It's just a vitamin C serum. I've really been loving vitamin C underneath of my makeup lately, and I'm also using my Banana Bright Eye Cream from Olehenriksen, and I love an eye cream before I do concealer. It just helps the concealer go on so much more smooth and blend out way more smooth and not be as dry. For eyebrows today, I'm using my signature brow pencil in Graphite from Kat Von D. I've been doing my brows a little bit differently, not as dramatic as I have been doing them, or as I usually do them. Just way quicker, in my opinion, just to do it this way. And I've kind of been liking them looking a little bit lighter lately. After I pencil them in, I do go in with my Gimme Brow from Benefit. Just like a gel that makes your eyebrow hairs look thicker, lays them down flat, and I use the shade number 5. It's like a little tiny mascara wand. And I just run it through the eyebrow hairs. And then I'm taking some concealer and just cleaning up the ends of the eyebrows, only the ends. Using my favorite eyeshadow primer, y'all already know, from Urban Decay. It's the shade Eden. I'm applying that all over my lids. I'm doing quite a bit. And I'm going to be doing a really colorful eyeshadow look today. So I'm using my Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions palette, and I'm also using this Bronx blue shadow from Inked Doll Cosmetics. It's a really pretty blue. It's a loose pigment powder. Zoom in on that cute face, and I'm mixing together both those magenta shades. I didn't want it to be red. We are doing a rainbow, but Lisa Frank doesn't really use reds. She uses pinks most of the time. So I am doing a magenta shade there on the very inner corner of the eye. I am using a Sigma blending brush to do this as well. And I'm just really going to town, guys. I really didn't want to hold back on this. I wanted this to be super vibrant, super colorful. Next, I'm taking in this orange shade, and I'm just going to start blending that in with the magenta shade and blending it. I just keep going. You know what I mean? We're just doing a rainbow, so just keep going. And I am taking it almost all the way up to my brow bone. We're not using like transition colors or a crease color or anything. We're using all the same shade for the whole lid. Then I go in with the yellow, same thing, kind of start blending and meshing everything together. And for my lime green shade, I am using this primal color from NYX Cosmetics. And I'm just packing that on. I like to pack the color on first and then start blending it out. And then after I do that, I'm going in with the Bronx blue and adding that, and I'm making it very cat eye shaped as well. And then I go back in and just kind of layer the colors back on top of each other and blend them together more, just so it's nice and cohesive. For the first liner, I am using this Lineace from Sigma. It is a purple liner, and it's called Inscription. I'm using this to make the little dots. We're kind of doing the rainbow backwards now. So the way we did it on the eye, we're just gonna go backwards. So I'm doing purple on the pink, and I'm just putting the dots down first, and then I'm taking my Kat Von D tattoo liner, and I'm creating the little black parts around the colored dots. You don't want the dots to be perfect. You want them to be kind of misshaped. And the same with the black outlines. You want them to be all different. Look at a reference picture. That's what I did. I just Googled Lisa Frank Leopard, and I found a ton of great pictures to look at. Next, I'm going in with my LA Splash Cosmetics Pro Artist Liner. This is in Daydream. And I'm doing about 4 to 6 dots of each color. And I'm just doing them very randomly, very sporadically, not really anything perfect or in order. Just do it to your heart's desire. Leave a little space in between each one though. And then I'm using the liner to also do just random black dots too, as you'll see in one moment. And I go back on top of the purple with a light pink, just because I felt like the purple was super dark and you couldn't even really tell it was purple. So yeah. Then I'm going in with my Vivid Brights liner. This is in the shade Vivid Envy, and I am putting that for the next color on top of the yellow. And then I do a lime green yellowish shade. This is from LA Splash as well. And then I go in with an orange. And then for the last color on top of the blue, I go in with my Sigma Pink Line Ace. And that's what it's called, is Sigma Pink. Ta-da! All done with that eye. Now I've got both eyes done. I'm going to move on to the face. I'm using my Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer and applying that all over for some hydration. And then I like to go in with a primer that helps smooth out my pores and control oil. And that is my Primed and Peachy Primer. It's my favorite primer in the whole world. For foundation today, I'm using two foundations. I'm using my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation and my Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. I do the Wet n Wild first, and I'm using my Sigma blender to do this. So I lay down the Wet n Wild foundation, and then I go in and blend all that out. This concoction of foundations is just my favorite. It stays on the longest for me personally. I just love the way it wears. It controls my oil the best. It doesn't sink into fine lines. And then I apply my Huda on top of that. I might have done a little too much today, but hey, that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with a full coverage girl. Ain't nothing wrong with a cake face. You know what I'm saying? So just blend that all out, especially down the neck. And then I'm going to take my Shape Tape Concealer from Tarte and apply that in all the usual areas you would do. And I'm going to go ahead and blend them out. I also like to take this opportunity to clean up the edge of my eyeshadow. It just helps make everything look clean and not so messy. And by now you should be looking like a ghost, which is what we want. We want to look like that. And for underneath of my eyes, I like to set with the Laura Mercier Secret Under Eye Brightening Powder. I just use this underneath my eyes because I feel like her regular translucent powder is just a little too dry for underneath the eyes. So I use the regular translucent powder for the rest of my face. I just use the Under Eye Secret Brightening Powder for under the eyes. And then I just pack the powder on the rest of my face using my sponge, and I do it down my neck as well. For contouring, I'm using my NYX Cosmetics Pro Contour Palette, and I am just gonna go to town, do my cheeks, do my jawline, do my forehead, do my nose. And then I take some more of my Laura Mercier powder and I just clean up the edge of my contour there, just so it's nice and clean. I just love me some clean lines. It just makes it look so much more nice and not so like muddy looking. I let it sit for a minute or two and then I dust it all away. Taking my Tarte Party blush, who needs a top? Nobody. I'm applying that to my cheeks for a little bit of color. Zooming back in onto my eyes, I am taking that same blue shadow and I'm applying it on the outer edges of my eyes, then the yellow in the very center, and then the pink in the very inner corner, and connecting everything. And I'm taking my NYX glitter glue and my 3 glitters from Inked Doll Cosmetics. They're so pretty, oh my god. I'm taking the blue glitter and I'm putting it on the very outer part on top of the blue shadow, and then the same with the yellow. The yellow goes on top of the yellow shadow, and then the pink glitter goes on top of the pink shadow. Be very careful not to get this in your eye. When you're using glitter, be super, super careful, guys. And then I'm just doing a line at first on my eyes. I do end up changing it into a cat eye. You will see momentarily. I'm taking my Pat McGrath black liner and I'm putting that in my waterline as well. Taking my Lash Renegade mascara from Wet n Wild. I am really obsessed with this mascara. Actually, they sent it to me and I'm like, dang, this is bomb. Go ahead and apply that to your top and bottom lashes. Yeah, I'm using these falsies today from Unicorn Cosmetics. They're called Dolce Shine. They are really pretty. They're not over the top dramatic. I applied those and then that's when I decided I wanted to do a cat eye. So I recommend doing a cat eye before you put lashes on, but I changed my mind last minute, so yeah. It happens. We all make mistakes. It's okay. I'm then applying a little bit more mascara just to make sure everything's blended together, and there you have it, some leopard print eyes, baby. Going back onto the face, I'm spraying my Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray, and then I'm taking my Wet n Wild highlight in White Raven, and I'm applying it to my cheeks and my nose. And then I'm taking my Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask and hydrating my lips first before I put lipstick on. And I'm going to line my lips using my Architect Lip Liner from LA Splash Cosmetics. This is in the shade Tuscan. It's just a dark brown. I'm doing a very nude lip today, but I wanted to be kind of like 90s. Since we did Lisa Frank, which is real 90s, I wanted to do a 90s lip. So I'm outlining it in a dark brown pencil, and then I'm going in with my Naked Liquid Lipstick from Anastasia, and I'm applying that right on top. I want it to be darker on the edges and very light in the center. And that's the end of this tutorial, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun, and if you recreate this look, please tag me. I would love to see. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I have a few new tutorials coming out, so stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. Bye!